In this video, I'll be telling you the full history of number 1 demons in Geometry Dash, from the first demon all the way up to present day. If you enjoy the video, consider subscribing as it helps out my channel. Enjoy the video. The first demon to claim the number 1 spot is Demon Park. When Demon Park was released, the demon difficulty did not exist. This rating was actually named after the level. By today's standards, it's one of the easier demons in existence, but back in the day it was a major step up from what we had. Following Demon Park, a few more levels came along to push the difficulty a little farther. The next 3 levels to claim the number 1 spot were To the Grave, Extreme Park, and BP Night, all of which significantly pushed the limit of difficulty, testing a player's timing, ship skills, and memory, as well as their patience. Despite this and the fact that some were quite well decorated for the time, the community's attitude towards difficulty at the time was a negative one, so all of the early top 1s except for Demon Park were poorly received. In addition, this trend of incremental improvements in difficulty would be blown out of the water when one demon changed the history of Geometry Dash forever. Heaven and Hell was the first top 1 deemed impossible by the community. Its timing and ship gameplay in the beginning was already the stuff you'd expect from a new hardest demon, but all of that pales in comparison to the second half of the level. This entire part is filled with tight orb spam you might recognize in later levels such as Silent Club. The creator of this level was Roadbows, a well-known creator who made several top 1s from this era. For the next few updates, the demon list would be dominated by hacked levels such as the Hell series, the Silent series, Element 111RG, and unnerfed Stereo Demon S. One thing that goes to show how rapidly the skill of this game's players has increased over the years is that many of these levels have been rebirthed and or beaten years later, and nowadays aren't even at the top. Speaking of hacked levels getting beaten, that leads us to Ice Carbon Diabolo X. Ice Carbon Diabolo X is a 1.6 Clubstep remake by Roadbows, which got a lot of difficulty from a gimmick known as Straight Fly and was considered impossible at the time. However, the 1.9 update would see a revolution as top players including Riot and Cyclic attempted to get one over on their competition by beating some of the hardest levels in the game at the time, including ICDX, which was beaten by these players, and another hack level, Cataclysm. These verifications were set a new standard for difficulty and quality of top 1 demons in Geometry Dash, and before the update was over, a new top 1 would rise up to take the spot. This demon was the infamous Bloodbath, a level that took the idea of Straight Fly from ICDX and pushed it to the next level. This demon would stay at the number 1 spot for over a year, and is still considered a very difficult level to this day, despite how quickly the standard of difficulty is rising. The levels from this era were not quite as difficult as some other hack levels that were later verified, but they set the stage for players to push the limit of what was humanly possible, with skills such as fast and tight waves and of course, Straight Fly. As the 2.0 update came out, new top 1s would continue to be supplied. Several more hacked levels would attempt to claim the number 1 spot in 2.0. First, a level named Phobos was uploaded to the servers but was exposed by Riot and others who had been illegitimately verified. Only a nerfed version of this level was verified by a well-known player, Karma Al, and although it currently sits higher on the list than BB today, it was unable to take its place atop the demon list. Next, the infamous creator Noobass uploaded a level called Stupid Hell, which he uploaded despite having no legitimate verification video under the presumption that a creator such as he deserved the right to hack one level. RobTop disagreed, however, and personally deleted the level from the servers. However, the level was eventually verified by Trussa, finally toppling the throne of Bloodbath. Another level, Athanatos, was released, and a large argument started over whether it was harder than Bloodbath. An Artificial Ascent, a Viper Mega Collab, was at number 1 on the list for a while, but it was never actually the hardest level due to the 3 levels in the RGB trilogy. Sonic Wave was the level made by Cyclic in 1.9 to rival Bloodbath. However, the final version was way harder than BB, and Cyclic was revealed as a hacker. Its wave sections are incredibly difficult and make the level still in the top 50 to this day. It took many months of competition before it was verified by Sonics. Yatagarasu, an official sequel to Bloodbath, was atop the list, but was then ousted by another level called Erebus. However, the list order got swapped a little with Sonic Wave at the top and Erebus on the bottom, though many people argue that Sonic Wave is easier than both Yata and Erebus. The last top 1 verified in 2.0 was a level called Stalemate Redux. Digital Descent, the sequel to AA, was also mistakenly placed at number 1 despite its actual difficulty not even being top 3 material. Another level was able to take the top spot though. Plasma Pulse Finale by Gyron and Smokes was placed at number 2, but after public outrage was given its rightful spot at number 1. Also, after over 2 years, the legendary Bloodbath rebirth of Bloodlust was verified by Novelboy, and a massive debate happened over which of these two levels was harder. Eventually, Bloodlust won out and was placed at number 1. It stayed in this spot for several years. Crimson Planet, a top 1 demon made exclusively for the purpose of making a top 1 demon, was verified in 2018, but it was not rated until a rating spree a year later, making its reign at number 1 incredibly short-lived. It was only at the top while there was controversy about the legitimacy of Zodiac, but when Technical 49 verified it, CP lost its number 1 spot. A few months later, Tartarus, a newer version of Silent Akbar, another Riot Mega Collab, took the top spot. Tartarus is basically a silent level, and although it has some recent competition from the Golden and Sonic Wave Infinity, this is where it currently sits today. That's not to say that Tartarus is here to stay. Several other levels such as Firework, Arcturus, and Abyss of Destiny are in the works and hard enough to potentially push Tartarus out of the top 5 in the coming years. Anyways, that's the incomplete history of top 1 demons in Geometry Dash. If you enjoyed the video, consider dropping a like and subscribing to help out my channel. Thanks for watching.